Fantastic. All right. For 21, we're just trying to find out what the range of this function is. We're given this domain. Absolute value of x is greater than 1. So remember, we talked about some inequalities like this, absolute value inequalities earlier. That means x is greater than 1. X could be less than negative 1. All right, so x is going to be greater than 1, or x is going to be less than negative 1. We want to figure out the range of f. So what's that going to do to the y value if x has to be greater than 1 or less than negative 1? Well, if it were 1, obviously this would come out to be undefined, right? It's not possible. We'd get 0 in the denominator. If it was like a little bit bigger than 1, what's going to happen? Well, 1 minus something a little bit bigger than 1, or anything bigger than 1 really, is going to end up giving us a negative number, right? So we're going to get a negative fraction. So we're going to have negative fraction here. What about if we put negative 1 in? Something, or not negative 1, but something a little bit smaller than negative 1, like negative 2. Still the same thing, right? We're going to have like a negative fraction. So for this one, we know that it's going to be negative, right? And it's going to be a fraction. It's going to be a fraction that's less than 0, right? For our example, if we did like 2 squared is 4, 1 minus 4, we get negative 3, we get negative 1/3. Right, so this one's not going to work. It's not necessarily less than negative 1. Right, and it's not going to be positive, so we can rule these out. So the only one left here is this one, negative infinity to 0. Right, we know it's going to end up being a negative number.
Wait, why is it in this case?
Because I don't know. See, because it has a possibility of being 0 or positive here, which we know is not going to happen.